Seeing there is Bernie and Jane Sanders, and they're walking into, I think is it the Tacoma Arena? Tacoma Dome, and it's in Washington. There's apparently 17,000 people there. Now, Bernie has had a lot of rallies over the past year, and he's been able to draw large crowds. Despite that, 17,000 is a lot of people, particularly in a state that's that's not the next state. It's not the second next state. It's further down the line, but 17,000 people were there. And I saw a tweet from Cancel Sam on Twitter who embedded a bit from that debate. And I really agreed with Cancel Sam's take on it. So I want to show you this bit of the video, and then I want to explain why this matters so much. Look, I don't want to get like schmoopy or whatever, but Cancel Sam had a caption to that video that I could not agree more with, which was we can't read his mind, but it kind of, doesn't it feel like in what you just saw, him looking at that massive crowd, like doesn't it feel like he's thinking, we might do this? Like this might actually happen. And not just because of the crowd. The crowd is amazing, 17,000 people. Any other candidate would love to have that. Mike Bloomberg could pay for 17,000 people. He could pay $1 million each, he wouldn't even care. But nobody else is getting crowds like that. But it's that, and amidst, he obviously got the most votes in Iowa. He won in New Hampshire. He's built a double-digit national lead in the most recent polls, multiple polls with him up big. He's forecasted to potentially win both Nevada and South Carolina. He's currently forecasted to win California and Texas, so the next two states, and also the biggest two states. He's broken all manner of records in terms of his fundraising, $25 million just in January, as he's being attacked constantly. And when I think about him surrounded by those 17,000 people with all of this good news over the past few weeks, and it's a good crowd of good people. These are not MAGA heads, like these are just wonderful people who want people to have access to healthcare, and they want them to be able to go to college without being crushed by student loan debt for the rest of their lives. Like they want them to potentially be able to own a home and be left alone and all that stuff. Like he has been fighting for getting on towards half a century, and now he's surrounded by those people, and it feels like it might actually happen. And so when he smiles in that video, it feels like I think he thinks it can actually happen in a way that was never as clear in 2016. And look, I know there's a danger in getting complacent or getting ahead of yourself. I don't want to do that for myself, and I certainly don't want to lead you to ever feel like that. But we can pause for just a second or two to appreciate how far he's come, how far we've come with him, how far the country has come in no small part thanks to his efforts and the efforts of the movement that he has inspired, the candidates that have run only because of the example that he set in 2016. And things are looking pretty good right now. We'll see, you never know what's gonna happen, and maybe a billionaire will come along and spend $10 billion to win this thing, but as of right now, it feels good. It feels good. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.